Hey yo, skid y'all. I'm back, and I'm embarrassed to say I'm back. Like I'm like the one YouTuber, or not even. I'm not even considered a YouTuber yet, but like I'm like the one person that no one really wanted to come back. And when I am on Type Soul, and if anyone recognizes me, I'm always lingering around somewhere in KT, asking people for a 1v1, which is kind of annoying. But yes, I am back, and I'm just here to say Type Soul's dying. And since it's dying, I want to make one more video on it before I probably make some more videos on it, if I'm going to be honest. Because if you check the game, in like the daytime, it's on an all-time low of like 2,000 players, which is kind of crazy compared to what it used to have. But since it's dying out, like lowering into the coffin before Segunda peeks its head out for like 2 weeks and then lowers it right back into the coffin, I just want to make one more video on suggesting some changes that may give Type Soul a chance to actually like maybe get its body out of the coffin for a month before people get bored of it again. Now, there's nothing else I need to say. Let's just get into these changes. Now, the first change I would suggest would probably be a simple quality of life change before I get into the more serious changes. This change is like a title change. Now, what I mean by this title change is I mean that public players can challenge other CC players for their titles. And I know you're gonna be like, why are public players gonna be running around with CC titles? Now, I'm not saying public players should be running around with a Spada or a Captain or Sternritter, because let's be real. No Sternritter, Espada, or Captain is giving up their captain when they've probably been staying with the game ever since like it's been in the ground. So I don't think they deserve to have their titles taken. But Frax, Jags, and not third seats. Third seats are board for, but definitely I feel like Frax and Jags should be able to be challenged for their titles. Now, my concept of a challenge for a title would be a random giveaway hosted tournament, and the lucky 16 people that end up getting into the tournament will have to fight each other, and the winner at the end will have to fight the frag and beat the frag to then get the title, meaning they're going to be going through a lot to get that title. And they could just be like randomly hosted to challenge frags. This would also keep people interested into the game, as they would want to maybe play more to try to get better and try to get a title as a public player. And I'm not saying this because I seen some bad frags or bad Jags around. No, I don't even know any Jags, and I'm no frags are bad at the game. I'm just saying it would be nice to be able for like us as public players to have titles, and I think it would personally keep me more interested in the game if I had a title. It would keep anyone more interested if they had a title. Let's be real. The next thing I think they should add should probably be some more Quincy content, because after Segunda and after True Bankai comes out, what's really left for Quincy's? I mean, there is probably stuff left in the anime for Quincy's, but I don't really think this game has high hopes for Quincy's at all. I mean, Thunderbolt's busted. It's not fair at all. But there's just no content for them after they get Vault Standing. Like, next update, which we're getting on the 23rd, I'm gonna be on Type Soul like crazy to try to get my Segundas. And once True Bankai comes out, Soul Reaper's on the game. But what do Quincy's have after we get our stuff? Now, I have nothing to suggest because I'm not that deep into Bleach. I'm not on 1,000-Year Blood War, so I really don't know that much about what Quincy's have. But I'm sure the Type Soul devs have probably finished Bleach and have probably finished the manga as well. So they probably know some stuff for Quincy's. So if the devs know anything, I really feel like they should like suggest it and stuff. Give Quincy they have endgame content, but more endgame content like us, because we're having stuff they're not gonna have stuff, and they're gonna be complaining like crazy as well. It's gonna be really stupid to see the Quincy community in a riot. Now, this next change that I'm about to suggest, I'm really about to go in, because this is something that's been bothering me for every single time I play Type Soul. Like, this is literally the thing that causes stress lines on my head whenever I play this game, and that is the Type Soul combat. Now, I'm gonna start right now. Type Soul is supposed to be a parry game. Now, like a very great parry game once called the Deep Woken, that now rests in its coffin among many other dead games. Deep Woken was an amazing parry game. Parry was a reliable mechanic. M1s were needed. Now, if you're gonna make a parry game, you are supposed to expect the parry game to be good. Parry is supposed to be a reliable mechanic, and M1s are supposed to be needed. What Type Soul did, the combat is so bad for a parry game, they might as well have just went full on Peroxide. Because low-key, bro, Peroxide is the move right now. The combat is terrible, but it's something I'm on way more than Type Soul. And the combat is terrible. You can't make a parry game when M1s and parries are nowhere near a reliable mechanic. I'm gonna make a perfect example out of this out of one move called Byakuyo. Byakuyo it's like one of the moves that you would not expect to be really stupid, but it's like when I parry Byakuyo, for some reason I get N lag. I don't know if that's N lag, but my opponent gets the first M1 on me after I parry their move. And to me, that makes like zero sense. This isn't the only move that it's happened to me with, but being that Byakuyo is the easiest to parry, I parry it more frequently, and then my opponent somehow gets the first M1. Why are they getting priority over me after I just parried them? And then the unreliableness of M1s in this game is insane. I mean, it's something everyone complains about genuinely. It's just a skill issue, you know, something I need to cope about, but I'm not gonna cope about it by myself. I'm gonna cope about it on a YouTube video and say that certain things in this game are just so skillless. This is a parry game where if you have a certain build, you don't need to M1 and you can just win without M1. Anyways, that's probably it for today's video. This wasn't really much. This was more of me coping about my problems online. But if you guys agree with me, like, subscribe, and if you recognize me, KT say something, you know, it puts a smile on my face, bro.
Niggas really broke, I understand, but goddamn, why you hating on my man? Get you some racks, get you some wins. Spend all this money on these brands, but she still won't shake your hand. For me, she gon' pass it out. You take L's, I pass them out. I don't do drugs, I don't do love. Bitch, I look like a plug. Come give me a hug. I don't do drugs, I don't do love.